Hi everyone, that was Whitney Houston's It's Not Right, But It's Okay, because that's how I feel about the coming school year. But we're gonna be okay. All right, I have a few things I wanna share on this video, and I'm gonna try to make this under 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go a little bit quickly, but I wanna have a lot of information to share. So I'm just gonna dive right in. First is welcome to 2020, 2021. Welcome to all new and returning students. It's going to be a very different year this year, but I think we'll make it through. First, some news on the program as a whole. Since Mrs. Olson is no longer with us, I will be teaching all of the band and orchestra classes. So that means my name should be on your schedule for any band class and any orchestra class. And I'm also still doing AP Music Theory this year, so if you're in that class, everything's good there. I have received a lot of emails, particularly about what band and orchestra will look like this year. So here's the quick rundown. First, you will be playing your instrument a lot. It's still going to be the main focus of what we do, playing your instrument. It won't always be for a grade, but you will be playing, which is exactly what we need to be doing. Next is that we will have structure. We will have live daily Zoom classes, and a lot of one-on-one help from me to you if you want that. It's not required, but the option will be there. Grades will be given for playing assignments and other assignments, so you can expect that. And then I'm also going to be bringing in clinicians to see us and help us via Zoom, so that can be a really good resource for us. Individual musicianship is going to be a big part of band and orchestra classes this year. So that translates to solos and solo playing, but do not be scared by that, because I know some shyer students really much prefer the large ensemble playing. Solo playing in distance learning simply means we're going to be focusing on you, the individual student, and your individual musicianship more, which is not a bad thing. So you will not be required to play in front of everybody or post something for all to see. That's not ever going to be required. Next is that we will still play some full ensemble music, however, not near as much as we normally would, but we will still learn some full ensemble music. We are still having showcase, and there will be some sort of virtual performance aspect to showcase, which I'm still working out, so more info to come on that very soon. We will also have some school concerts the first semester after showcase. Again, I'm still figuring it out, but there's going to be something. So, and then my expectations as your teacher are going to be reasonable. And that's a big point I wanted to clear up for everybody, is that I know how much other teachers can load on students, and there's going to be a lot of work required from other classes. So I'm striking a balance in between reasonable expectations and also understanding that music can be a good outlet for some relief in your educational daily life. So I'm striking that balance. My expectations will be reasonable. Next, I'm going to talk about a few points having to do with success. And if we're going to have success in this distance learning model, you have to accept some truths. The first one is that it's going to be very different. This is not going to be what in-person band and orchestra was like, and we just simply have to accept that. Next is that you will not get to play with your peers in the same way and frequency that you did before. This year, band and orchestra, like I mentioned, will focus largely on individual musicianship. But a silver lining to this is that you will get much more one-on-one support from me if you want it. Distance learning will force you to look at your own strengths and weaknesses more than in the full ensemble, I think. It's also forced me, as your teacher, to look at my own strengths and weaknesses. So my approach is continue to foster your strengths and improve your weaknesses. And that's how I'm approaching everything for myself, and that's how students should approach distance learning in music. And then last on this topic is that this will be the format for a while. Maybe the whole first semester, maybe the entire school year, I have no idea. All I know is I'm ready to do it, and I hope you are too. Rest assured that one day we will be able to come back into the classroom and play music live together in person. So that is something to look forward to. Finally, some fundamental self-reflective questions are necessary, and I would really like students to ponder these, think about these, and answer them to yourself. First is, how important is music in my life and education? Second question is, can I be okay with this new format and still find success? And third is, what are some positives that could come out of distance learning in music that would not have ever happened in our traditional in-person format? So students, please think about those questions, answer them to yourselves, because that's going to guide you. Once you answer those questions to yourself and really consider them, you then need to make a decision and move forward. So many things in life depend on your decision to make it work. So distance learning in music can work if you decide it can. That's what I have done as your teacher, and I've had to examine my entire philosophy of education to come to grips with this new format as a long-term substitute for in-person music making. But I think that we can still find success together and grow together in music, and that's the goal, is to grow together in music, and so that's still going to be happening. If you have any questions or concerns, or you're feeling uneasy or particularly anxious about anything, please contact me as soon as possible. Email me, text me on Remind. Talking about things always helps. Holding things in and feeling like you're alone on it is never a good thing. So please reach out to me if you feel you need to. All I ask is that you don't quit band or orchestra without having a conversation with me first. Please talk to me before you make any huge decisions. Because I think a conversation helps. No matter the outcome, a conversation always helps. So keep that in mind. In closing, I've learned 2 major lessons in my life that have helped me be successful. And the first one is, you can do anything for 1 year. Distance learning, we can do it for 1 year. We can. And we'll be able to find success. The second lesson I've learned is that this hardship will pass. They always do. So in your anxiety or frustrations or whatever this year in distance learning, just remember that it's not forever and it will pass. I think those 2 lessons are really important to learn. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone very soon. And I really hope you're ready to make some music, because it's happening. Thanks, everybody.